We're back, continuing this great conversation with Robert Sugarman, the National Chair of the Anti-Defamation League. We want to go back in time now. Bob and I were both privileged to go to Yale Law School. We were classmates, became good friends. And Bob, what did the opportunity to be at Yale Law School mean to you?
Well, it was a very different approach, and I think remains a different approach. It was an approach where we were taught the values of lawyers. We were taught the precepts of the law. It wasn't so much that you had to learn this case, that case, this case. We studied the cases, but the main thrust was how you think and how you approach legal problems and how you approach other problems. There was a real emphasis on public service. There was a real emphasis on clerking for judges when we graduated. And it was not only a training school to be a practicing lawyer.
And as many of you know, and you certainly do, the motto at Yale, for God, for country, and for Yale. But public service was stressed, and over half of our class, we only had 160 in our class, chose not to practice law. They did other things, became professors, elected officers at high levels, nonprofit world.
Right. One became the baseball commissioner.
One became the baseball commissioner. One became the president of CBS Sports.
Right.
One became a senator. Yeah. You name it.
Judge of the Supreme Court of Connecticut. So, you know, a lot of different, and some went into the finance world and the business world.
They really stressed values and ethics at law school, which I, as some of our regular viewers know, I teach here, and that seemed always so important to me. And what a rare privilege to be with those professors and those classmates.
Right. And you know, we were always chided by our friends and colleagues that went to the other law schools, and I won't mention, because you went to Yale. What did they teach you? They didn't teach you anything. Well, they taught us a lot.
They did.
They did.
And it was a rare privilege to go there. I just want to close this segment, this dinner honoring Bob and Surrey, his wife, who's also an accomplished attorney and very much into values. I just want to read from the printed program about Bob and Surrey. Caring, committed, and compassionate, positive example to all of us. ADL has been blessed to have Bob and Surrey champion our cause and represent us with class and dignity here at home and across the globe. All of us at ADL are richer for their friendship and support. We are honored to have them, and we wish Bob and Surrey many more years of good health, happiness, and ongoing leadership. May they continue to go from strength to strength. It's beautifully put in the invitation, and
it's very deeply appreciated, and I can't leave without saying how wonderful it is to be on your show, and how terrific you have been in terms of your teaching career and this show for many years.
Thank you, Bob. And I'm reminded of one of my heroes, Michael Josephson, who is our first distinguished speaker and who is well known in the field of ethics. And his lecture on leading a life that matters is so powerful. And Bob, not only were you successful in the practice of law and partner of a major law firm, but you also played that role of contributing to the public dialogue. And my hat's off to you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with the rest of our show after these messages.
When I was a boy growing up in Italy, I had a dream to own my own store. I came to the United States and I worked hard as a tailor. Hi, I'm Umberto. I've been in Long Beach since 1960, carrying the finest quality men's clothing. Italy's a long way away, but styles are just around the corner. Umberto, 2141 Bellflower, Long Beach.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store. plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Our nationwide clientele agree when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember: Polly's, 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
Take care of those who are closest to you, from our family to yours. McCarty's Jewelry, since 1932.
Phil Trainees mixes California style with continental cuisine that includes fresh seafood from around the world. Since Phil is the chef, the menu has a wide variety of pastas, salads, soups, and appetizers that feature his unique personal touch. And the Italian-American signature dishes are simply beyond delicious. You never know who you're going to run into at Trainees, from the famous sports legends on the Wall of Fame to local celebrities having a drink at the bar. For the best fine dining experience, visit Phil Trainees.
We're back. Bob, it's a real privilege to have you out here on the show and talk about a lot of important things and a little bit of reminiscence. And you have about 30 seconds or so to say whatever you'd like about ADL.
Well, it's really been a pleasure for me to be here, and I think it's nice that I'm here at the end of my term, because my 3 years as National Chair of ADL is really the culmination of a lifelong dedication, and the mission of ADL, as we've discussed over the last half hour, is so important, not only to me, but I think to the future of the country and the future of the Jewish people. So it's been a real privilege for me to be the National Chair of ADL for the last 3 years, and I will continue to work in the areas that we've been talking about for hopefully many years to come.
I have no doubt. Thank you for your service to the organization and to the country, and thanks for being our guest here on Straight Talk.
It's been a great pleasure.
And thank you at home for being our guests. Please watch us next week for the next edition of our show. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and remember, Straight Talk is viewable worldwide 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.